think there's I think there's kind of a cognitive sort of dissonance. Anytime you have an interracial relationship of any combination, I think outside of that, because it goes against so many different social norms, from different people's perspectives, you have a dissonance that either is externalized or it's internalized in the relationship. And I think that's something that can create a divide, even if it's like a white person and an Asian person. I think that can still be polarizing with outside people or people in the relationship, because there's so many different factors. So you don't have, like, if you have two white people that are together, in a relationship, it's not even an issue. But if you have, a white man and a black woman who are in a relationship, it's an issue every single day. If you go to a restaurant, I mean, you have to deal with it on some level, either unconsciously or consciously.
Right. Anyway, I think a big part of the thing, I don't think it has to do as much with the black man being hyper masculine. I mean, you can probably find that to a degree that might make us attractive to other nationalities, but I think within our own nationality, we have really strong black women a lot of the times, you know what I'm saying? And I think that can be, let me go ahead and get out of this. I'm not gonna front. With me, I've dated nothing but black chicks my whole life. And I love black women, but I don't like the attitude. Not saying all black women have attitude, but I will say the ones I've dealt with, a lot of them don't. Now, like I said, I can't say that across the board. My mother, she doesn't have a lot of attitude. She's black. My aunts, all that. To me, they're cool. I would definitely be cool with somebody like or have similar characteristics as them. However, I think it's more ingrained in the culture where the woman is more strong, if you will, which is cool to be strong, but don't be barking at me.
Piggybacking off of what he's saying, that is something as a black woman, I hear that all the time. Bad attitudes, they don't know how to let the man be the man, they're disrespectful, they don't want to try this out sexually, or they're just hard to talk to, or they're not open to
they're not approachable,
or they're going to nag you and be down on your neck. And like he said, that doesn't apply to every black woman. Are there black women with attitudes? Yes, but I have white girlfriends who have their boyfriends in check, and nobody's jumping down their throat because people are thinking because she's white, she's sweet, she's nice, passive. Yes, honey, whatever you say. You want it right now? Let's go. Whatever. And it's like, it's kind of like offensive to them too, saying that white women aren't strong. I just feel like that's not always true. Right.
Which I think is really interesting because you guys are both so
opposites.
Yeah, but by like American standards, not that I'm agreeing, I'm just saying by American standards, since you both are of a Hispanic or a Latino, background, then we would almost, would Americans say that you're in an interracial relationship?
No, I don't think they would. It's more of a visual thing to a lot of Americans.
Exactly.
Historically, we're exact opposites. Like, we should hate each other if we really followed the norms of our cultures, because he's Mexican, I'm Puerto Rican. They really don't get along. And he's
my mom is black and my dad's Mexican. Her mom is white. And her dad is Puerto Rican. So we're like polar opposites on both sides.
Wow.
That's amazing. So
that movie was so interesting because actually,
we don't even need to see this stuff. We
with
just talk about the movies.
Kevin Costner.
Are you sure?
Yeah, he was.
I'm sorry, I'll see if I
he
can
was
get it
the
to
one
come
who suggested with Whitney Houston.
Right. Yeah, that's
and the production, they were like, they didn't really want her because she was a black woman. They were like kind of iffy about that. But he really fought to have her in the movie, despite her race.
Wait, so it wasn't originally an interracial romance movie?
No.
Oh, interesting.
But he pushed to have her. And they were like, why can't? And they were like, they were basically using every excuse in the book to not have her. Like, oh, it's not. She's new actress. Why can't you find somebody else more experienced and their name?
Right. That's what it's famous for.
And he really pushed to have her.
Yeah, but these movies are really good at bringing this to the public consciousness, bringing these issues into the dialogue with people, so that they understand kind of that this is something that's being prevented or repressed in different cultures and different races.
The level of ignorance. When I told my father that he was Mexican and Puerto Rican, he was like, "Oh, you can jump your fence and steal your TV and go back on the other side." Like, he was joking, but it's like ignorance that is not funny.
Yeah, he likes me.
Yeah, he loves it. He's really excited that we're getting married, but like, it's just like a bad joke that does make people think about stuff like that.
Yeah.
Thank you, Brandon.
People are afraid of it. It's scary to people to see something different like that. If you see, if you're from an all white family, and then your son is in a relationship, with a black woman, it's like you may not hear it or say it, but you'll get some kind of negative feedback from that relationship at some point from somebody, and that's detrimental to just a relationship in general, because if you start feeling bad about yourself or feeling bad about your partner, it creates discord, it creates negative feedback. So
I think with her parents, I think they didn't raise her to be racist or anything, but I think since it hit so close to home in her father's eyes, then that's when it got like, okay, red flag, like now it's too much.
Yeah.
I don't think they.
Yeah, when it actually happens.
Still in her.
When it happens to you,
right? It's a whole nother story.
It's different looking at,
different.
outside.
When it's you,
right? Or your daughter, your son,
it's
bring it home.
Yeah, because I know my dad. He would tell me, because my dad's an asshole, but he told me that he would go to work. He would go to work, and he told his coworkers, I guess, for whatever reason, that his daughter is dating a black man. God forbid. But and his boss said something like, oh, well, I'm sorry to hear that. My daughter, I'm glad my daughter never did that. I'm glad she would never do that, was how he put it. And my dad said, well, it could happen to you any day. Don't think it can't happen to you.
Like the end of the world.
Like a disease.
That's what I'm saying. It's a dissonance. That's a discord, and that's so negative. It completely represses people's ability to have these relationships, which are really a positive thing and actually a really good thing moving towards breaking through racial boundaries. And this is something that's preventing it. It's a preventative thing.
I feel like you should be able to date whoever you want. As long as they treat you well, you're happy, you're in love, you're happy. If you want to date somebody who's purple, that's your business.
Right.
You date a person who you're 6 foot and they're 4 foot. If you're happy, that's your business.
Yeah, and that's the ideal.
I would say I'm definitely not against interracial dating. I see somebody cute of a different race all the time. That's another story. I'm like, ooh,
I want a Spanish.
Yeah,
if I could take my pick, I want a Spanish.
Oh, Rashid actually saw. Rashid actually saw an Asian the other day.
He was
She
so
thought.
fine. He was so fine. He just had like the fitted on.
But he had a fitted and like
jeans.
yeah.
Is he the short one?
He was
tall.
Oh, there's another one.
He lives
That's
on campus.
I know, like that's racist right there, right?
one that's like short.
He's like, oh my god.
Every time I see him, I'm like, oh, you were so cute.
I know, but I wanted the Asian dog.
He was interesting.
In his ear.
You don't see that.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, he was beautiful.
Yeah, definitely. If I were to ever have biracial children, I would want my child to love and embrace both sides.
Right.
Exactly. I think that's important to make sure your child understands both cultures. So, because that's who you are. Be proud of it.
Be proud that you're black and, I don't know, Mexican,
Spanish.
Yeah, and embrace that.
Embrace that. Accept it. Be proud. Wear your colors. All that.
Yeah.
I don't know, like, when he was talking, like, I was thinking, like, in a way we kind of accept the stigma, you know? Like, me personally, like, I stay with Hispanic. Why? Like, maybe because, I don't know, in a way we kind of accept the stigma by just staying with that race. And we allow it to happen. We know that it's going around. We know it brings controversy. you know, you see somebody within an interracial race, you have to look at them, and we just kind of allow it to happen.
Yeah.